Double school two, advantageous or good situations where you have a good chance to win versus disadvantageous situations where you don't have a good chance to win. Notice the smiley face and the friendly face. We also need to talk about jobs. If you're the net guy, you're trying to finish the point. If you're at the back, you're setup guy. Two net people is a happy situation. Situation one, two up. This is the best place to be. We always want to be here. You and your buddy have somehow made it to the net. You are both finishers. Take that dude out. Especially if you get a high ball. If you get a really low ball, you can put it over here. But generally, just get after him. If you're here, you're going to win 80% of your points if you play this right. This is a really, really good place to be. Position two is two back. This is not an advantageous position. And notice you're both back. So you are both setup guys. You are not finishers. If you try and hit a laser beam winner here, that's trouble. If they're especially if they're both at the net, a laser beam winner is not the choice. Almost always the choice here is to hit a lob, hopefully not to somebody, and whoever hits it, say this Mr. S over here hits a lob, buddy needs to run in fast. And as soon as S hits the lob, he should be on his way in too. As long as it doesn't like sit right over this guy so he kills you. So generally two back, lob always, and then the guy who's not on the ball, dive. And now it gets complicated. Everyone's favorite one up, one back is not everyone's favorite. Just remember, back guy S here, setup guy. Net person, finisher. If setup guy tries to win, you're in trouble. Look to both, just, look to get both people in the net. That's your job. So how do you get to the net then? You're not both there and you want to be both there. So you need to go when you are in an advantageous position. A first serve is great. Lets you, if you have a really good first serve, sometimes you can get in, they hit back a floater and you can get in past no man's land to hit your first volley. That's a good time. If opponents hit a weak little second serve, you just walk up, hit a nice cross court return, and you're in. Boom. That's a good time. If they just hit a short ball in general and you get to step up to hit that ball, you get to skip no man's land and just already be close. That's a win. You just hit that cross court ball and then waltz on in. You're good. All these are great ways to get to two up to the net. Sometimes your opponent is in a bad spot, like you lobbed them way back here, or you sliced it at the service line and they're like falling forward. All those times are times where they'll probably pop it up and you get a chance to skip over no man's land. You're seeing a common theme here. We want to see if we can skip over no man's land if possible. Hanging out there is not advantageous. If the ball goes to their back guy just at all, kind of strongly, you got time to go in. You've successfully dodged their net dude, and now it's your time to both get in there and get some kills. If you just have an easy short ball, that's a great time. If they're here and they haven't moved back, and you get this easy short ball here, you can crack them. If it's high enough, it's okay. Generally, I would say go cross court. So those are all times when you're in an advantageous position and can possibly get to the net. There's so many different ones, but this is just the ones that came to mind first for me. So now you're not in an advantageous position. You're in trouble somehow. There's some common themes with being in trouble. Um, and I will talk about how to get out of trouble if you can. Notice none of them involve ending the point. They all involve putting you into a good situation so you can survive. The first one, low pickup volleys. Maybe you were rushing the net and then they hit a good ball and you got caught right here and it bounces on the ground and you're hitting like a low volley. You're gonna probably pop that thing up. So you wanna if you do, try and keep it low and try and keep it to their back guy because this guy will have seen your bad spot and be diving. He wants to end you guys. So you need to keep it away from that net guy when you're falling forward. Um, Second is if you're on the run or falling. I mean, the falling forward to a ball applies just as much as low pickup volley. It's like you're kind of falling forward. Try and just keep it low to this back guy, and you'll be okay. If you are getting lobbed, you can just try and keep it away from the net guy. Lobbing back is a great choice. So if they lob you, you can, lob back and try and get position so your net guy can come in. If it goes over the net guy's head, they'll probably be shifting over a little bit, and you'll be trying to scrap and keep it away from bad guy net person over here because they're looking to get you. So that's another disadvantageous position where you're not trying to win the point. You're just trying to, if you can get it to land on the ground instead of in the net guy's racket, you're going to put yourself in a better spot. The third situation is the most common one that we're going to talk about. It happens all the time. And that is the ball is going to your back guy. So if you're green team, that means the returner has got it by you at the net and it's at your back guy. So if this happens, it's a disadvantageous position. You do not want to be here because the job was obviously for you to kill that, but you didn't. So they got to buy you. In this case, their net person is going to come up and he's going to be right here ready to take you out. He's got to have this stuff covered. And so what do? Well, your job is, well, as it happens, as soon as it goes by your net guy, your net guy should shift back just a little bit just to play on defense, because if their net dude gets this tough, he'll take you out. So you got to be ready for it. So if you're in this situation, net person has to back off a little bit. And then your job is to go away from their net guy again. So you're playing this game of they hit it to you, you back up. And then you hit it back to them. And then your net guy comes forward again and their net guy backs up. And so it's just this back and forth game until one net guy can actually take out that ball and get it past the other net guy. So that's the most common one. It's just like this net guy shuffle where they just back and forth. Last situation I'll talk about is the bad guy gets an overhead. If the bad guy gets an overhead, that's an easy one. He's in, you just bail. Cover the middle if you can't get all the way back. If you can get all the way back, good for you. But you either want to be here in the middle or all the way back. And then you'll just play the two back scenario, which we talked about earlier. So the real question is, are you willing to learn? If you're willing to learn, you'll have a winning season, you'll play a higher spot, and you'll be an awesome player. 3 good balls will get you a winning season. So let's see you guys do this. I know it feels like school, but it's going to pay off on the court.